Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course, we elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I extend to you the eternal and, of course, the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. A most pleasant good morning going out to you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. Another day, another promise of life. We have now come to the end of another week. As always, I do pray and hope that you are healthy, well, enjoying a period of happiness, prosperity, well-being. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Sarfraz Ghani, here in your company once again on this auspicious and holy day of Friday, the day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, we say to you, Jum'ah Mubarak, may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. Also, before we go any further, I would like to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to Pandit Shiv and Hari Prasad for those beautiful and wonderful words of inspiration and motivation. And of course, we do wish him a safe and a speedy trip back home. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. Oh Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Well, today's Islamic date is the 16th day in the month of Rajab, which of course is the 7th month on the Islamic calendar. That basically means that we've got roughly around about 6 weeks left before the arrival of the holy month of Ramadan. We've got about 13 or 14 days left of this month, the month of Rajab. And then, of course, the month of Sha'ban, which is next month, the 8th month, and then that'll basically take us straight into the month of Ramadan. So the time is ticking by. The important thing is that you use the time to prepare yourselves before the arrival of that special month. Today also coincides with the third Friday in the month of January, the third Friday in the year 2025. May Allah continue to bless us with the ability to continue to use the time given to us in a manner which is beneficial, not just for ourselves, but for everyone else that we may come into interaction with. And with that being said, as we are now getting ready to commence the holy day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago, of course, I want to take the opportunity to welcome you, to officially welcome you live on air, live on the internet, live across our social feeds on Facebook and on YouTube as well, for this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. Do stick around, but lots to share with you as we continue on with this particular hour together.
الصبح بدا من طلعته والليل دجى من وفرته है नूरे साहर चेहरे से तेरे और शब की रौनक जुल्फों से अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह كنز الكرم مولى النعم هدي الأمم لشريعته नेमत का खजीना है मौला गंजीना है रहमत है आका हादी है तमामी उम्मती के ओ रहनुमा है शरीयत के अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह سأتى الشجر نطق الحجر شق القمر بإشارته उंगली के इशारे पैर चले हिजाज
Three point one FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, indeed, you are tuning to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Tafriz Ghani. And a classic to start off our program this morning, Allahu, Allahu, indeed a personal favorite of mine. A beautiful rendition, a beautiful nasheed by our brother Zain Bika. May Allah continue to bless us all as we continue on with the journey of this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. Well, on the program this morning, of course, we've got a very, very intriguing segment as always lined up for you. We've got an inspirational segment just around the corner. We've got a few beautiful Islamic renditions as well coming up. And of course, a bit later on, as we get into our lecture segment, this morning we'll be scrutinizing the concept behind the saying that it's never too late to turn over a new leaf. At this point, we are still at the beginning of the month of January, the beginning of the year 2025. It's important to remember that it's never too late. Don't ever think that the time has gone. Don't ever think that it's too late to make a fresh start, to turn over a new leaf. So that'll be our talking point for this morning, coming up a bit later on our lecture segment. So like I mentioned before, Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours. Definitely do stick around. I've got lots to share with you as we continue on with this particular hour, right here on 103.1 FM.
Mustafa, 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 Mustafa. سید الاولی سید الاخری وہ ہے میرا نبی، وہ ہے میرا نبی. تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، مصطفیٰ 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 مصطفیٰ. شفاع مذنبی خاتم المرسلین وہ ہے میرا نبی، وہ ہے میرا نبی. تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، مصطفیٰ 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 مصطفیٰ. سب سے پہلے مشیت کے انوار سے، سب سے پہلے مشیت کے انوار سے نقش روح محمد بنایا گیا. پھر اسی نقش سے مانگ کر روشنی بزم کونوں مکان کو سجایا گیا. مصطفیٰ 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 مصطفیٰ. رحمت دو جہاں احمد مصطفیٰ وہ ہے میرا نبی، وہ ہے میرا نبی. تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، مصطفیٰ 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 مصطفیٰ. سید الانبیاء سرور اصفیاء وہ ہے میرا نبی، وہ ہے میرا نبی. تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، تجھ سا کوئی نہیں، مصطفیٰ 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 مصطفیٰ. وہ محمد بھی احمد بھی محمود بھی، وہ محمد بھی احمد بھی محمود بھی، حسن مطلق کا شاہد بھی مشہود بھی. علم و حکمت میں وہ غیر محدود بھی، ظاہراً امیوں میں اٹھایا گیا. مصطفیٰ 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 مصطفیٰ.
Yes, Allah's blessings and mercies to you and yours on this beautiful Friday morning as we look forward to another day, another week in our lives, as we welcome the gift of a brand new day. We remember the Almighty and we take time to reflect on our lives. What is the direction of my life? And sometimes in life, things don't go our way. And when that happens, we begin to feel frustrated, we begin to become angry, we become upset. But everyone experiences this from time to time. And it is up to you to choose how you will react to these difficult and trying moments of your life. Of course, it may be tempting to feel negative. But the more you connect yourself to the Almighty, the more you use positive phrases and words, that in itself can make a huge, huge difference. The reality is Life will always have ups and downs. And true happiness isn't a life without problems. True happiness is the ability to deal with whatever comes your way in a positive manner, even if you find yourself in a most unpleasant situation. So don't confuse your path with your destination. Remain focused, remain connected to the Almighty, and that in itself will deliver you to higher ground. Just because it's stormy now, that doesn't mean that you aren't headed for sunshine. Have faith in yourself, have belief in the Almighty, and doors will begin to become open for you. Trust in the Almighty, and that is all you need to take you through your day. May Allah bless you this day. May He bless you this upcoming month, this upcoming year. May He remove all challenges and all obstacles from your path, and may He continue to guide your footsteps towards all that is good, towards happiness, towards prosperity, and may He grant you the strength and the courage to be able to face the challenges that will come your way this day. Well, with that being said, we've got our inspirational segment coming up in just a bit. Definitely do stick around. You are listening to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, ma'am.
Every single day of your life, you are given the opportunity for a new start. And every single day that you are blessed by the Almighty, your mentality in life should be that, oh Allah, I am not in control, you are. Oh Allah, I don't know what is best for me, you do. So, oh Allah, use your power and your guidance to bring to me those things that will benefit me and safeguard me from those things that will harm me. Because all in all, life is a journey filled with highs and lows, victories and defeats, joy and sorrow. And one of the harsh realities you have to face in this life is that life itself is filled with disappointments. It is a tough lesson to learn, but it is a most important lesson to learn that will shape your resilience and your character. Disappointments, they come in various forms, from failed relationships to unmet expectations to missed opportunities and shattered dreams. Disappointments, they can leave you feeling lost, hurt, and disillusioned. However, it is essential to realize that disappointments are a natural part of life, and how you respond to them defines your growth and your strength as an individual. So when faced with disappointments, we all know that it is easy to dwell on the negative emotions that it brings. You may feel sadness, you may feel anger, you may even feel despair at some point, but it is absolutely crucial to remember that disappointments are not the end of the road. There are many detours along your journey. Every disappointment holds within it valuable lessons. Each disappointment teaches you resilience, teaches you patience and perseverance, and it forces you to re-evaluate your goals, to reassess your priorities, and to dig deep to discover your inner strength. Almighty Allah has created the concept of disappointments, their place in your life, to simply provide you with an opportunity for introspection and self-discovery. These disappointments that come up from time to time in your life, they challenge you to confront your fears, your insecurities, and your limitations, and they push you out of your comfort zone, and they compel you to strive for greater heights. So really and truly, when you think about it, in essence, disappointments have the power to transform you as an individual and to lead you down a path towards personal growth and enlightenment. So this morning, I want you to remember that disappointments are not a sign of failure. It is simply a sign of being human. It is all part and parcel of the human experience. And these disappointments remind you of your humanity, your vulnerability, and your imperfections as you continue along with the journey of your life. So embrace these disappointments with courage, with grace, and that in itself would lead you towards acceptance, towards forgiveness, and ultimately towards peace. Sometimes it is about letting go. Let go. Know that Allah has better in store for you. And sometimes to succeed in life, you need to get a taste of the negative things. To succeed, you need enemies. You need people who will mock you so that you can turn to Almighty Allah. You need people who will try to intimidate you so that you can become courageous. You need people who will say no to you so that eventually you can learn how to become independent, how to stand on your own 2 feet. You need people who will disappoint you so that you can place all of your trust and faith in Almighty Allah. You need people who will work towards you losing that job, so to speak, so that eventually you can start your own business. You need a cruel landlord so that you won't become too comfortable in someone else's home, and then you can put measures in place to get your own house and so on and so forth. But sometimes when you are disappointed, you feel very, very dejected, and you tend to remain in that bubble, in that circle, not knowing that the end point of your disappointment is the beginning of your accomplishments. So I want you to understand this, that every disappointment you had came with a hidden blessing. However, it's not everyone that is able to understand the blessing hidden there, and not everyone is able to partake of that hidden blessing. You cannot see a new open door while you are still putting all of your attention, all of your time, and all of your energy in trying to force the closed door to reopen.
Yes,
And again, I say to you, no disappointment can ever come without an attached blessing. So when the disappointments come, thank Almighty Allah for it, and ask Him to open your eyes to see the new blessing that He has right there in store for you. Remember that disappointment is phase 1, while the lesson and the accomplishment is phase 2. And that is why it is called a breakthrough, because something must break so that you can go through. Disappointment is a natural emotion. It's an emotional response to unmet expectations or favorable outcomes. So how do you cope? First of all, acknowledgement, acceptance and acknowledgement. Accept that whatever has to be will be. And be kind and compassionate towards yourself. Don't beat up yourself over what has transpired. Seek support. Surround yourself with those individuals who would be able to be there for you when you need it the most. Friends, family, mental health professionals, neighbors, community members, those individuals who are genuine. Also be important to reflect and learn from the experience. What can I learn from this disappointing experience? Learn something from it. Set realistic expectations for yourself. Never ever set your expectations too high. When you set high expectations for yourself, there's always a high possibility that you will become disappointed. The higher the expectation, the more the disappointment possibility is there. And always as you go through in life, focus on what you can control. Let go of things that are beyond your control. Do your best, put your best foot forward, as they say, and leave the rest in the hands of the Almighty. And at every step of the way, cultivate gratitude for all of your blessings. Don't ever think that you are not blessed by Allah. Don't ever think that because you have been visited by disappointment that Almighty Allah has shifted his attention from you. No, you are always blessed by the Almighty. So quite frankly, dealing with disappointment is a skill that has to be developed over time, by accepting your emotions, by seeking support, by learning from your setbacks and focusing on what you have control over. I can safely say that you will be able to navigate disappointments with resilience and grace. And I end by saying this. Remember, it's not about avoiding disappointment altogether, because somewhere, somehow, disappointment will come. It is all about how you respond to those disappointments, and that is what determines how you will grow and how you will become a better human being. Well, at this point in the program, we now go to the early morning call to prayer. The early morning call to prayer is being brought to you this morning through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Cunupia.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على حي على حي على حي على
Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
ولن ترى عينك في الدنيا مثل سماء Jannah. I pray for Jannah, 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 Jannah. I raise my hands in the air. I'll make a prayer. I'll make a prayer. I pray for Jannah, 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 Jannah. Just to see him standing with the Salihin welcoming them. And then he motions to me to come forward and drink from his hands. Oh, but I'll be motionless, just staring at this most beautiful man. Most beautiful man who saved me from hellfire, pleading to Allah, Ya Ummati. Ya Ummati. So blessed slave, enter Jannah for eternity. Eternity. Gardens beneath where rivers will flow. Paradise where nothing will hurt anymore. Won't hurt anymore. زينت السماء وضعت الجبال أمرت البحار وخلقت الجنان سيرت الكواكب أضأت النجوم فجرت الأنهار فأرحت القلوب وللعباد أنزلت الإسلام وللهداية أنزلت القرآن وبالسلام أرسلت الأنبياء من الظلام إلى الضياء سألت حين رفعت يدي عن رحمة وسعت كل شيء في ضعف ربي أشكو إليه لكنني الكريم وأنت الرحيم، أنت السلام وأنت السميع. Majestic and mighty, the King of the worlds, the Lord of creations and the heavens above. You're closer to me than my jugular vein. You answer my prayers when I'm hurt and in pain. And in return for worship and love, you give eternal peace beyond love. And all around, you see all your signs. Hear every prayer, so here's mine. سألت حين رفعت يدي عن رحمة وسعت كل شيء، في ضعف ربي أشكو إليك، لكنني راض بما قضيت. إن شئت قلت كن فيكون، وزلت عني كل الهموم. أنت الكريم وأنت الرحيم، أنت السلام وأنت السميع. رفعت يدي عن رحمة وسعت كل شيء، في ضعف ربي أشكو إليك، لكنني راض بما قضيت. إن شئت قلت كن فيكون، وزلت عني كل الهموم. أنت الكريم وأنت الرحيم، أنت السلام وأنت السميع. Allah has given me a cotton candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I'll see the colors of the cotton candy sky again. I see the red of my mother's love, the true blue of my father's hugs. I see the orange of my siblings' smile. I see the pink and the white of the love of my life, and the deep, deep green that all children bring are the coolness of I know I'm with. I know. and candy sky, a little bit of blue, pink, purple, and white. I sometimes see the gray and I sometimes feel the rain, but I see the colors of the cotton candy sky again.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Safras Ghani. And at this point, we now get into our lecture segment. Of course, I want to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you to all those who would have messaged on the program thus far by the WhatsApp number 2994103. Alternatively, those who have also sent me those beautiful messages on our Facebook feed and also on the YouTube feed as well. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much for your beautiful blessings. May Allah continue to bless you and yours towards all that is good. So at this point, we get into our lecture segment. And like I mentioned before this morning, we are talking about the concept of the saying that it's never too late to start over a new leaf. So I wanted to share with you something I read earlier this week. So I'm pretty sure that you would have heard of the Nobel Prize. The Nobel Prize is an annual international award administered by the Nobel Foundation in Sweden. So each year it is awarded to those people who have rendered the greatest benefit to mankind. The Nobel Prize is named after the great Swedish inventor Alfred Nobel, who is most famously known for the invention of dynamite. He was one of the inventors of dynamite. So history has it that one morning he was reading his newspaper. To his utmost surprise and horror, he read his name in the obituary column. The newspapers had mistakenly reported his death. He was absolutely shocked to read a news headline about his own death. When, of course, he regained his composure, he simply read it to find out what people had to say about him. And because he was known for inventing dynamite, the obituary column included sentences like, "The Dynamite King dies," and "He was a merchant of death." The man, of course, was the inventor of dynamite. And when he read the words "merchant of death," he asked himself a question, a serious question. He said to himself, is this how I am going to be remembered? Am I going to be remembered as a merchant of death? There and then he decided that this was not the way he wanted to be remembered. And there and then he made a firm decision to make a change in his life. From that day on, he started working towards world peace. His name was Alfred Nobel, and he is remembered today by the great Nobel Prize, the greatest of all prizes. He is remembered for his dedication to the upliftment of humanity, not for the person who invented the dynamite. The Nobel Prize has been honoring men and women from all corners of the globe for outstanding achievements. The moral from this is that it is never too late to start over. It's never too late to make a change, to change the course of the river, so to speak. It's never too late to make a change for the better. Life itself is a precious, precious gift. But with that being said, we acknowledge that it is also a roller coaster of experiences, of emotions, and also opportunities. It is indeed a beautiful masterpiece that you have the privilege of creating every single day. But in the midst of the highs and lows, in the midst of the trials and tribulations, it is essential to remember that life is what we make out of it. You possess immense potential just waiting to be unleashed. You have all the dreams and aspirations and goals, and those are the things that define you as an individual. However, sometimes you can find yourself trapped in the box of a schedule or a routine, losing sight of your true purpose. You become entangled in the web of societal expectations, seeking validation from others rather than seeking fulfillment from within. But let me remind you this morning that you hold the power to break free from those chains and those shackles. You have the capability to rewrite your story, to redefine your path. And I am here to tell you this morning that you are indeed capable of extraordinary things. You have within you the power to create the life you envisioned, to break free from the constraints of society, and to follow your own path. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talents. Believe in your potential. And above all, most definitely, keep yourself connected to the Almighty, for that in itself is your compass. Of course, you can believe in your talents and you can believe in yourself and your potential, but without a compass, you have no direction in life. And your compass is your connection that you have with the Almighty. Some people may even say that life is an adventure, but adventure requires bravery. And sometimes, it is good to embrace the unknown, step out of your comfort zone and face your fears head on. Discover your true potential. It is only through confronting your fears can you discover your true inner strength. Don't be afraid to take risks sometimes, because resilience is the key, and that is the key that will unlock the doors to success. The road to your dreams, sometimes we find that they are filled with obstacles. They are filled with setbacks and moments of doubt. We begin to doubt ourselves. And you begin to ask the question, am I really on the correct path? Or when is the help of Allah going to come? Why all these trials and tribulations? But I can tell you that it is in these moments that you must dig deep and find the resilience to keep going. Life, of course, is about living, but it is also about embracing failure. Failure is not the end, but rather it is a stepping stone to success. It teaches resilience, it teaches perseverance, and it teaches the importance of picking yourself up when you stumble. So embrace failure as a friend, not as an enemy. And in the pursuit of happiness, remember that true joy lies in the simplest of things. If you look for happiness in a huge place, it may be difficult to find that happiness. But if you look for happiness in the simplest of places, in the simplest of things, it's easier to find happiness right there. The Quran mentions in chapter 67 verse 2 that Almighty Allah is He who has created life and death to test you as to which of you is better in his conduct. And Almighty Allah is the most forgiving. So embrace empathy, embrace compassion, embrace kindness, reach out to those in need, lend a helping hand from time to time. Be the reason that someone believes in themselves. Be the reason that someone believes in the goodness of humanity. And remember, even a small act of kindness can create ripple effects that will change the world more than we can ever imagine. So use your talents and your skills and use your voice to uplift others, to inspire change and to contribute to something greater than yourself. And I end by saying this: we all have the power to make a difference, no matter how big or small. Let gratitude be your guiding light and cultivate a mindset of gratitude, and you will witness how it will transform your entire perspective on life.
I know I'm waiting for something to happen to me. This waiting comes with trials and challenges. Nothing in life is free. I wish that somehow you tell me out aloud that on that day I'll be okay. But we'll never know, 'cause that's not the way it works. Help me find my way. My Lord, show me right from wrong. Give me life, make me strong. I know the road is long. Make me strong. Sometimes it just gets too much. I feel that I've lost touch. I know the road is long. Make me strong. I know I'm waiting for something to happen to me. This waiting comes with trials and challenges. Nothing in life is free. I wish that somehow you tell me out aloud that on that day I'll be okay. But we'll never know, 'cause that's not the way it works. Help me find my way. My Lord, show me right from wrong. Give me life, make me strong. I know the road is long. Make me strong. Sometimes it just gets too much. I feel that I've lost touch. I know the road is long. Make me strong.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Original Barbecue Hut, Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and Trinilink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, indeed, you have been listening to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Sarfraz Ghani. And at this point, as we are now coming towards the end of the program for this morning, of course, I take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. I want to also take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to you and yours for spending this time with me every Friday morning. Special salams, greetings of peace to everyone who would have messaged on the program via the WhatsApp number 2994103, or alternatively, of course, via the social feeds as well. Thank you so much for your beautiful words, your beautiful gestures, your kind greetings, right back at you as well. Of course, it was an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the past hour or so. By all means, do catch me next week Friday from 5 a.m. as we bring to you another segment of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. I also want to extend to you a very special invitation. This Friday, today I will be delivering the Friday sermon at the Santa Cruz Mosque. If you are in the area, definitely do pop down. We would definitely love to meet you face to face. Until next week, I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Sarfraz Ghani, signing out for this morning. Definitely stay in the mercy of Almighty Allah. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
A little fish in the bottom of the ocean, moving along in a really cool motion. Did you ever wonder where you came from? Who is the Lord of all creation? The little fish said, that's my Lord. The little fish said, that's my Lord. The little fish said, that's my Lord. Allah, the creator of us all. Hey little bird, so way up high, light up the sky with your colored design. Tell me who made you and I, me to walk and you to fly. The little bird said, that's my love. The little bird said, that's my love. The little bird said, that's my Lord, Allah, the creator of us all. Allahu Akbar, our creator. There's no one greater than Allah. So why do we stand tall, too proud to recognize what's right before us? Signs from